Guys, I spend a lot of time every single day reading different news stories, crazy news, weird news, trying to find what to talk about. And this one stuck out to me. Apparently, there are scared students that are rejecting colleges in straight states with strict abortion laws. Now, you may look at this headline and think to yourself, that is like the stupidest thing on the planet. But it may not be. I mean, really, let's take a look here. So, one Upper East Side family is sending Washington University in St. Louis a big fat rejection letter. On Friday, the governor of Missouri, where the well-meaning respected school is located, signed a bill outlawing abortion after 8 weeks. That's a controversial bill. In Missouri, that is very controversial. It really is. The legislation was a deal breaker for Ellen Bender and her daughter Eliza, a junior at Horace Mann Prep School, who planned to visit the school in June, saying these laws are not really good for women, says Ellen, a retired litigator. It puts my child into a situation where I might think twice about her safety. Okay. I mean, okay, so I have a daughter and I have another one on the way. So, like, I kind of get it. But I mean, I I'm curious to know why a retired litigator whose daughter is at a prep school is afraid for her safety. It's not like banning abortions after 8 weeks is going to increase the rate of potential assault on campus. And if you want to look at the numbers, they're up for debate in many cases. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to change anything. So I find that to be definitely weird. Going to say here that Missouri joins 5 other states, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, Georgia, and Louisiana, that have passed so-called heartbeat bills this year. In April, Alabama passed a bill where doctors who are able to perform abortions in the state could face 99 years in prison. At this point, there's more on the doctor than it is to your daughter. I'm sorry, Ellen. That's true. The doctor is facing 99 years in prison. Your daughter would get no jail time if she was in Alabama. Now, the bans, which are not yet in effect, are being vehemently fought by everyone from lawmakers and Hollywood celebrities to high schoolers making college plans, saying this is a serious thing. Coming from Amanda Uri, a private school admissions consultant in New York City, I've had 61 college admission clients remove Georgia and Ohio schools from their list for next year, she said, adding that one of these clients is a double legacy at Emory in Atlanta. So the way I look at that, the way I take that essentially is it has a lot to do with, like, I'm trying to think of why it matters. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of, like, why, like, do the states make a lot of money off of these colleges? I could see how local economies can make a lot of money and therefore there would be state tax. So, okay, fine. The trickle down effect from that would definitely benefit the state overall. But is this going to be having an impact? 61 students removing Georgia and Ohio would definitely omit, the tuition fees going to these colleges. But are these going to be private universities where it doesn't go into the general, I don't know, fund, I guess? I'm not too sure how the rules break down. I'm just being clear on that one. I don't know how the rules break down. But I can see why people are scared, but I don't know if they know why they're scared. Like, I can get the idea, but if you were to ask them point blank, why are you afraid? Would they then be able to give you a standard answer? And I don't know. I do not know. Now, so an Upper West Sider who asked to remain anonymous says she nixed Oberlin, her teenage daughter's dream school, after the heartbeat bill was passed in Ohio, saying for someone who was studying music, Oberlin was always on her list of colleges. Says the mother who works in the media. Says she texted me and was like, WTF, when the Ohio law was passed. She wants to have control over her body and her rights. And you know what? Listen, I'm a left coast Bernie supporting liberal, but I do, and I totally support. I'm pro-choice, absolutely pro-choice. I think these laws are stupid, to be honest with you. I think they're just done to restrict it to the point of being dumb. It's using religion. It's using religion as a weapon, which I do not like. I do not care for it all. I know I have religious viewers in my audience who always get on me every time I criticize religion. But look, take your nonsense out of it. Take that nonsense out of it and really look at it for a second. Do you think in your Bible, in your sacred holy tomes, in your text, It says, I mean, this is a situation, I mean, does life begin at conception? Does it say that? No, it doesn't. It's a belief. It's a belief rooted in control and fear, which I'm sorry, in our current day and age, the Republicans, man, they are so good at that. So good at that. And a lot of you, I think deep down realize it, even if you don't want to come right out and say it. I criticize SJWs a lot. There's nothing more SJW than this. Seriously, than this. Than by Republican governors and state legislators controlling people's bodies. Right? Right? Don't you right-wingers who love free speech, right? Don't you go out there and you're like, my free speech? And then you look the other way when someone's autonomy on their body is being controlled, right? Under fear of up to 99 years in prison for the I mean, come on. Deep down inside, you have to see that is woefully hypocritical of you to believe. If you are against abortion but pro free speech, I'm just saying. And now look, there is the argument to be made that yes, you can argue that it's a human life if you want to believe that. A clump of cells is not a baby. And that's the thing. If you restrict it, they're just going to find another way. A back alley, a wire hanger, and that puts people in a lot greater danger. It's not a good discussion. It's not an easy discussion to have. But just don't hide behind the damn Bible. That's what I'm saying. Don't hide behind the Bible. If you don't like it, then you don't like it as a person. I want you to admit that you don't like it as a person. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for here. That you don't like it as a person, which is fine, by the way. If you don't like it as a person, but don't hide behind your God. Don't you dare hide behind your God. You don't have that right to hide behind your God when dealing with somebody else's autonomy. I'm off my soapbox on that one, sorry. Anyway. Now, people are shocked and scared, Uri explained. They were like, what are we going to do if we send our daughter there and she gets pregnant? Send her with plan B, quite frankly. Look, it exists for a reason. You know what I mean? It's like a nuclear bomb for the uterus. Anyway, now oh my God, I'm going to hell for that one. Anyway, some of my friends have said, if your daughter goes to college in Georgia and God forbid she gets pregnant, she can always come to New York for an abortion. But that's missing the point. If legislators pass those laws, they won't be friendly legislators for women in general. Well, and I think in one of those cases, was it Georgia or was it Alabama? I think it might have been Alabama, that if you are a resident of that state and you go out of state to have that abortion, you are still then going to be held liable. So if you are a college student, I don't think you gain residency in that state. You might. I'm not too sure if you people do seek residency in that state while they're there. So those laws are a little bit on the murky side. But again, when they're that kind of murky, when they're that kind of weird, should they then be enacted into law when there's those kind of questions that are still on the damn table? The answer to that is no. No, they should not. Okay, so spokespersons for Washington and Emory did not return calls for comments. Going on to say here that it's not just prospective college students blacklisting states. Hollywood is up in arms after Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, a popular hub for production, thanks to its 30% tax rebates, signed the state's heartbeat bill on May 7th. Look, here's the thing. Hollywood's going to bail out of the states. Georgia, North Carolina, Louisiana, those are big production states. And they're going to leave. Hell, California is already trying to make it trying to give them the tax breaks they would have gotten in other states by bringing the jobs out to Cali. It's true. So it's one of those things where it's people are going to lose their jobs over this. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, the outrage boils down to a fictional non-entity in the sky and whether or not he believes something. Look, you can be mad at me for saying that all you want. I don't care. I don't believe you should hide behind your Bible. Just admit it as a person. You don't like it. Just do that. Anyway, so we'll have to wait and see if these particular students boycott this or any other students boycott this. And you might be thinking to yourself, what does it matter? Who cares if they go to school there? What? It doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. All right, well, you could argue that. And the truth of the matter is you might be right. But if enough people do it, we could see a university of Missouri, a Mizzou situation all over again, where there was student protests over, I think it was Black Lives Matter type stuff, and racial inequality on campus. And it was so big, so messy, so nasty that they have not recovered yet. And that happened in 2014. 2014, 2015, somewhere in there is when it happened. And they have not recovered yet from the controversy. People pulled out. And so the school has lost money. Look at Evergreen State College, where I live. I live about 4 miles away from Evergreen. 2 years ago, had that whole brouhaha happen. As far as I know, they still haven't fully recovered, and people just are not enrolling as often as they were. So these can have long-lasting reaches, long-lasting impacts. And if it does impact the state financially enough, maybe then the government, I don't know. I don't think they're going to care, to be honest with you. They're not going to care. You know why they're not going to care, guys? This is the last thing I'm going to say on it. They're not going to care because they're still in power. They're still in power. That's why they're not going to care. It's when that power is threatened, when that power is potentially taken away through elections, obviously, then they might change their mind. But we're not in an election year, so it's going to be a much more interesting discussion. Anyway, I leave it to you. Your thoughts, your opinions. The comment section is going to be, all sorts of spicy. I look forward to it. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. And look, we could disagree over religion, all right? If you made it this far and you're not like unsubscribed already, which is fine. Look, we can disagree over religion all we want. I just would rather us do it as humans and actually look at the evidence as presented. That's what I want. But again, we'll have to wait and see. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.